The World Health Organization is activating its highest alert level for monkeypox. Now they're calling it a public health emergency of international concern.
And with the growing concern, John, New York City now leading the nation in monkeypox cases.
There are now less than 4 months until the midterm elections in this country, and Democrats are facing a series of headwinds, from inflation to gun violence to abortion rights, that are affecting the attitude of Democratic voters.
Tonight, U.S. cases of coronavirus more than doubling, with 2 new cases in Southern California and 1 in Maricopa County, Arizona.
Tonight, there's a new plan to speed up the vaccine rollout as we learned of a record number of deaths in just one day. Here's CBS's Manuel Bojorquez.
4,000 COVID-related deaths were reported in one day, and it will likely get worse.
President Trump is harshly criticizing the unprecedented amount of expected mail-in ballots in the upcoming election, saying it can be an easy way to tamper with the election.
This upcoming election is going to have an unprecedented amount of mail-in ballots. The Duval County Supervisor of Elections Office said they've already received 120,000 requests for mail-in ballots, and they're still getting more every day.
There is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
From COVID-19 and our efforts to address the global pandemic.
Absentee ballots are great. You request a ballot, I signed an absentee ballot. Absentee ballots are great. They work, they've been proven, they're good like in Florida. But this universal mail-in is a very dangerous thing. It's fraught with fraud and every other thing that can happen. And we have to be very, very careful. We have a very big election coming up. I think we're going to do very well. And I want to make sure the election is not stolen. And so does everybody else. And I'm sure both sides feel that way. So we have to be very careful with this universal mail-in ballot. Absentee ballots are great. They've worked for a long time. And I totally endorse absentee ballots. Thank you very much, everybody.
My view is every vote must be counted. For reasons which I don't have the time to get into tonight, you're going to have a situation, I suspect, in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, other states, where they are going to be receiving huge amounts of mail-in ballots. And unlike states like Florida or Vermont, they're not being able, for bad reasons, to begin processing those ballots until, election day, or maybe when the polls close. That means you're going to have states dealing with perhaps millions of mail-in ballots. Here is my worry. What polls show, and what studies have shown, is that for whatever reason, Democrats are more likely to use mail-in ballots. Republicans are more likely to walk into polling booths on election day. It is likely that the first votes that will be counted will be those people who came in on election day, which will be Republican. And here is the fear, and I hope everybody hears that. It could well be, I don't know what's going to happen, nobody does, but it could well be that at 10 o'clock on election night, Trump is winning in Michigan, he's winning in Pennsylvania, he's winning in Wisconsin, and he gets on the television, he says, "Thank you, Americans, for re-electing me. It's all over. Have a good day." But then the next day and the day following, all of those mail-in ballots start getting counted. And it turns out that Biden has won those states. At which point Trump says, see, I told you the whole thing was fraudulent. I told you those mail-in ballots were crooked.
If you managed to sleep last night, things changed. You may have gone to bed thinking this election was headed one way, and then you woke up and you saw things were different and maybe trending increasingly in another direction.
Trump supporters went to bed probably pretty happy. Big Biden supporters, not super happy. So let's kind of track through this. I want to walk through how things have changed. This is at 1 a.m. in the morning. Look at Nevada. Look at Wisconsin. Look at Michigan. Look at Pennsylvania. Well, just keep Pennsylvania where it is. Flip to 2. All of a sudden Nevada flips. All of a sudden Wisconsin starts to flip. Sorry, this is 5 a.m. This is 5 a.m. One more. Michigan as well. So I'll take all these off, and I want to watch it again because just the progression throughout the night, as we were live on television talking about this as it happened, as things looked very, very good for the Trump campaign, particularly in the Midwest, Pennsylvania into the Midwest, Nevada as well. So we're waiting for votes to come in. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 9:05 a.m., and you just watched it. And we talked about the progression over the last several hours, the progression in Wisconsin, the progression in Michigan.